How's everybody doing here? Got another video for you guys, and this one here is going to be another one. This one's going to be about probably, I guess, girls, relationships for the most part, but in that category. Anyway, let's starting off from that point. It's going to be about how to become more attractive to females. I'm sure you could take some information I'm saying here and translate over to females, for males, I guess. But for the most part, from my first-hand experience and everything, and from what I've developed and from what I've seen, here is what develops an attractive person. So the key thing to remember here is everything that you portray, like your traits, for example, the way you look, like your facial expressions, the way that you move your arms around, the way you talk, the way you walk, your inflections, the way you ask questions, all that has to do with the way you think. So, for example, a lot of nice guys I know, I used to think this back when I was younger, that, a lot of these attractive girls know that they're attractive. So their angle is that, oh, girl, oh man, I gotta go in there, I gotta do all this work, I gotta make her laugh, I gotta impress her, I gotta be her 24/7, I gotta do all this work, and then that's the thing that shoots them in the foot, because in reality, that's not what really attracts a girl like that. For the most part, you're gonna have to be, from what I developed, you're gonna have to basically be outcome independent with a lot of this. It's a lot of these situations. Like, so you see a girl who is very attractive, you gotta take it as, okay, that's one aspect about her that's nice, and then you gotta really fill in the blanks with the rest of them. If this girl is attractive but not smart, and you're looking for a smart girl, then that's your cue to move on to the next person. And one thing that I always find is your standard that you set for the girls you look for will determine the kind of girls who are interested in you. And not only that, these girls will walk up to you and they'll ask you to validate them. They'll ask you, am I mean? Or, oh, I'm pretty good, right? I hit the punching bag, I got a nice score. That's good for a girl, right? All these questions like that, only because, talking to a person like you, who's outcome independent, will, make them nervous. They don't know how to read them. They don't know, and then their insecurities in themselves come out tenfold. And then that's whenever you're coming out looking like this, and they're like that. That's just, but the outlook is you gotta be, first of all, you gotta be confident in yourself. You have to have a good self-esteem. And then you gotta basically have, well, I guess you gotta really improve. I always tell this to people, you're not going to want to hear this. This is the hard way. It's kind of like working out, exercising and everything. You're going to have to try to go out there and improve. You got to accept that maybe what you're doing right now is not working. And maybe what you're doing right now is not getting you where you want in life. And it's the same with girls, In the beginning, when you go downtown, say, okay, you can go anywhere. Meaning goes anywhere. A lot of guys are scared of rejection. But, the more rejection that you get in your life, the better you'll be. Look at anybody. Look at any kind of sports situation, any kind of situation that involves any subject in life. The only ones who actually were great at it were the ones who just kept going at it. It depends on how you come back from your failures here. So every time you get rejected by somebody, and that should teach you something about, okay, well, maybe this is not a good trait to be like. But a lot of people I know are always like, no, my way is right. What's wrong with me staying this way? And the way that they are is, they could be a nice person, but they could be a moocher. Someone who's always gonna want other people, the codependent people. They're always gonna want people to bail them out of anything. So these codependent people type, you're gonna have to. These are people that I feel like will not understand when I say, hey man, you're always mooching off me. He said, what? I'm not doing that, only because in his head he doesn't see that. So, one thing, the personal bias you set for yourself, most people do have that, I'm staying this way just because, I'm this way because this, I'm not ever going to change anybody, The thing is, you change for yourself. If you want the goals in life, if you want all the things that sometimes you're going to have to, basically adapt in order for your being to thrive. You can't always expect your way to work every situation. You know, I'm always looking for an opportunity to change. I'm always looking to opportunity to prove myself wrong here. So I feel like this is what, over time, now I'd like going to an area. Let's say, for example, last night I went downtown to one of these bars here. I'm sitting there by myself. Everyone's looking at me like I'm, like, man, what's this guy? What's up to this guy? Whatever. What's he doing? You know, I make one round on the bar. I'm sitting down. After about 10 minutes, I make another round on the bar. And now a lot of girls are looking at me, and I can see them from the body language that they're putting out. And for me, I'm just there, I'm just there chilling. I honestly had nothing else better to do that night. And so I'm down there. Yet, now all these girls are approaching me. And all I do is say, hey, one girl over there, she had a nice hat on. So, hey, how are you doing? I like your hat. I like your attire. And then instantly we headed off. We're talking for about an hour and a half or so. So we're hanging out till closing time or so. And things are going pretty well, actually. Until then some guys show up and they're, between the interval of leaving, I guess, during the night, they try to get in there between me and them. Me and the girl, she's, I guess, they're talking, I guess, plotting whatever they're going to do after this. She shows off away 3 of them. And then, before you know it, this other guy comes in. I guess it's probably the crew she came with. She said she wanted to hang out afterwards. She invited me over at first until one of her friends kind of like, I guess, nudged her. Oh, one of the guys actually showed up and then was mad at her, so called her a bitch, just like that. And then, before that, she just caved in. She went with them. But she said, give me your number and I'll, message you. If I'm free or not, then definitely let me know and then I'll just come to whatever you're going to do. And so that's how that story ended there. But it is crazy, bizarre how things have changed. Anyway, only thing I did differently, I'm the same person, I've been down to the bars before and had nobody looking at me. I had every time I talked to every person I talked to would turn me down, reject me, or give me that, oh, I got a boyfriend. Every single time I always get that same, that shoo away response. But, this way of thinking has proved, this is why I believe that this way of thinking is more successful. And, we're having relationships with people and having bonds with people. You're going to have to be able to adapt and then, accept that you're wrong. Like, say that 10 people say that you are a stingy person. I want you to be able to, take that into consideration and think about it in your life. And then, introspection, you got to look back through your past history, past experience and everything. And then see if that lines up with the truth, and then basically if it doesn't line up with the truth, you're fine. This for people who are accusing you of being that, they're probably wrong. But if people are telling you that consistently that you're a stingy person, a lot of these nice people, nice guys always say, I'm the nicest guy, how could someone do this to me, that's Q1 that they're not a nice guy. Nice guys, for the most part, won't even say that they're nice. They're not going to admit that. Anyone who's thinking that they're nice is only like as an excuse, like, I deserve more, what? I'm nice, I can't believe they're doing this to me, But in reality, you got to take into consideration that, these comments about you could be true. So, my bullet point premise here is that take what people tell you into consideration here. And, that can help you grow as a person. And as people will look at you the way that you intended yourself to look at. If you have self-respect, other people will respect you as well. I promise you that. So stay tuned for more videos. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for listening.